we're just going to print unlimited amounts of dollars and buy up all the bonds we have to buy. Because the minute the market senses that, then it's all over. Then the dollar's going to implode. Then the short sellers are going to clobber the currency and the bond market, and the whole thing is going to implode.
Before Barack Obama leaves office, there will be a currency crisis. The U.S. dollar will collapse, and prices in this country for consumer goods are going to go ballistic, and so will interest rates. And we're going to be living in an economy with unemployment closing in on 20% and double-digit inflation and double-digit interest rates. This is economic ruin that is coming, and it's because of the very policies that you're wanting Barack Obama to pursue. Dollar index right now is worth about, what, 71. I think it's going to 50 in a best case scenario. So that's a huge decline. That would put the euro, I don't know, maybe 1 against the dollar. The dollar's going to lose a lot of value. But if we stay on the path we're on right now, it's going to lose all of its value. The dollar will have absolutely no value whatsoever.
He did the same exact way.
Brian, what are you laughing at, son? Calm yourself, son.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
The key, how do you know? People ask me all the time, when is it going to happen? When? When is that light bulb moment? When is it the emperor has no clothes? I don't know. If the emperor knew when somebody was going to notice he was naked, right, I guess he wouldn't go out that day. He would just, I don't know. I don't know when it's going to happen. All I can tell people is that it is going to happen. And yeah, I can get a lot of people to criticize me because they say, hey, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Well, you know what? It's never going to happen yet until it happens. And then it does. And then, of course, when it does, they just accuse me of being a stop clock. Right, so I can't win for losing with some people, right? Doesn't matter. If you warn about something for years, they criticize you because it hasn't happened, and then when it does happen, well, you're a stop clock, right? So you can't win, right? But, I'm convinced, and there are people out there that are intelligent enough to see beneath all the smoke that is being blown in by so many different special interests. But they know what the right thing is, and you got to tune out all that noise coming from the establishment, the consensus, the majority that is so completely clueless. And it doesn't want to know the truth. No matter how obvious the truth may be to the people who know it, they just don't want to know it, right? They'd rather live in the matrix, right? They don't want to take that pill. They don't want to live in reality because reality is pretty damn awful. If you come to think about it, think about the reality for the matrix. You're a battery, the world has been destroyed, and why would you want to wake up to that? That's you can live in this beautiful world where everything is still pristine, right? And you can still have a good life and eat good food, and reality is pretty bad. And that's what it is for a lot of Americans. They don't want to admit how bad it is, so they're going to do whatever they can to avoid having to deal with reality, and they're going to live in that matrix until they can't do it anymore. But of course, at some point, right, I think at the end of the third matrix, didn't they destroy the whole world or something? And now all of a sudden, the people are awake and they're going to have to deal with their situation, like it or not. They're going to have to deal with it. And Americans who are living in this matrix are going to have to deal with it, whether they like it or not. They are going to have to come to grips with reality. And whether they're going to continue to pretend that the predicament that we're in is the consequence of capitalism and not enough government rules and regulations, or do they want to finally accept the truth, as shocking as that is, that free market capitalism works, that the founding fathers were onto something when they wrote the Constitution, that they weren't a bunch of nut racists the way they like to be portrayed, and that they knew what they were talking about, And we became rich precisely because government was small, because we had no income tax, because we had no Federal Reserve, and start relearning the lessons that were learned so long ago that we all forgot about. You know, I got...
Thank you.